Good morning, guys. Excuse me. It is Tuesday. What is it? January 7th. Okay, so I just looked a few minutes earlier. I looked to see where the moon was at because I just realized something. I'd done some reading in the last week or so in regards to galactic center, which is at, right now, it's at uh, either 26 or 27 degrees Sagittarius. Galactic center is actually, when I was born, the galactic center was on my moon. Okay, so I read an article that says that when the moon is opposite of the galactic center, the position that it's in acts as a block for static or any universal static, so you can actually connect and hear better when the noise of the galactic center is blanked out. Okay, so for me, that would have to be at that exact point opposite would be the moon or the sun, either way, at 26 degrees Gemini. 111. Okay, so when I just looked a little while ago, like at 9:08 in the morning here in Hawaii, and it was only at like 8 degrees. And actually we started off at 4 degrees. As of midnight, we are in the moon in Gemini at 4 degrees. Okay, and I know I told you guys, I did like a little preview of the astrology for the next day, just because the energies can come in sooner. It just depends on your natal chart, when it affects you, and even if it affects you, if it's in your sign, if it's at your degree, if it's something huge, the likes that you'll never see in your lifetime again, such as like this, all these conjunctions that we have coming up in this year. I know we're starting it off with Saturn and Pluto, and I think it's Jupiter and Pluto that conjunct later on. There's two other ones. I have not previewed the year, and actually I'm just getting my shit together. I just did my retrograde list, my eclipse list. Now I have to do the full moon list. That's what I forgot, my full moon list. And then, of course, my list of when signs change. Let me write this down. Full moon list and new moon. Okay, so looking at the zodiac, and I started doing something a little bit different this morning. Not a big deal, but I took a picture of the graph so I can actually see it on my screen while I'm talking to you. Okay, so yeah, as of the beginning of the filming of the video, the moon, 9 degrees Gemini. Okay, well, my house starts at 22, so actually right now is perfect when you're not clouded by universal noise. In fact, it's kind of weird. It feels like there's this silence, there's this peace, there's this calm. The galactic universe is the center point of all the energies. It's like the birthplace. So being cut off from the static or the universal noise, you're able to hear other dimensions. That's what don't take my word for it. That is what I'm assuming. So I'm thinking that messages should come in clearer today for you more than any other time. Okay, when we have, we have the moon in Gemini. So that's your emotions, that's your comfort zone, that's your needs. Okay, the moon in the tarot deck is about tapping into your inner divinity also. So yeah, messages. You should be able to get clear messages today, or clear communication today. Okay, so let's start off again. Back to the beginning. The moon is in Gemini and was at 4 degrees at exactly midnight. Okay, Gemini is patterns, it's habits, it's nerves, it's running your errands, it's research, static, light heart, amusing. Let me give you the rundown. Versatile, witty, charming, imaginative. The Gemini is an air sign, so it's more logical than emotional. Okay, and they're excellent critics. They have the ability to analyze and verbalize. They're also a free spirit, and they thrive on travel. and change. And they're extremely independent. Okay, the shadow side could be having a hard time getting organized, being inconsistent, superficial, cunning, manipulative, indecisive, restless, flighty, frivolous, high strung, discontented, and irritable. Okay, so there could be this bitchy irritation. But on the other hand, Gemini can be pretty funny. So, you know, if you have to make fun of yourself and get people to laugh with you other than letting your anxieties take you over. Now, like with me, it's been coming out, I've had to use the bathroom constantly. I'm getting sick of using the bathroom every 15 minutes because I don't have anxieties anymore. I did trauma therapy. Actually, I didn't do trauma therapy. I learned trauma therapy and I did it on myself. And it took a little while and it took actual practice and coaching myself, but I did it and you can too. If you have issues with people, if you're a sensitive, which may come up because of the full moon and Cancer eclipse coming up on the 10th here. Let me see. Maybe I should take my schedule down because I did do my schedule. Okay, more about the Gemini energies. It is two of a kind. It's the twins, doppelgangers, channeled things, car accidents, habits, schedule, patterns of information, formation, information, like in line, like that, like standing in line, you're in a formation, or like how fighter jets are in formation. Okay, so road rage, speeding, using a car as a weapon, but not necessarily using it as a weapon. It could be just driving it into something, blowing up something, jacking up vehicles if there's issues with it. Could be relating to fixing it. Cars piling up. There's the vehicle accident again. Major explosions, fuses and wiring, nerves, habits and patterns, daily errands, rumors, anxiety, talking, your schedule. I want to say habitat with that full moon and Cancer coming up because we're already in that energy. We've been in the energy of Capricorn, so there's a lot of struggles mentally, physically, spiritually. It's wearing on people. Okay, for some it's wearing them down to force them to change in order to propel them forward. Okay, gossip, static, science, electron, photons, forms, as in like paper forms, having to fill out a form, applications, informs. So you could be getting paperwork, you could be creating paperwork, or you could be giving or receiving paperwork. So this could be applications. For some, Gemini is communication. So this can be apps on your phone, on your computer. Hell, even in the vehicle, there's technology now, yeah. This, I want to say laser beams. I'm getting proud. I don't know why I'm getting proud. That could be the Capricorn energy coming in. Okay, so we are rolling in to the moon in Cancer. Let's see. The moon enters Cancer on Thursday, but actually at exactly midnight on Thursday, the moon enters into Cancer, and Friday we have the full moon in Cancer at 20 degrees. I'm probably not going to talk about that in the horoscope video. I'm not doing those anymore. I'm basically saving the information for my readings. Okay, sorry about that. I had to pause for a minute. Okay, so I have I kind of took a brief look at the retrogrades, and I'm thinking, don't quote me on this because I haven't actually looked that far ahead. I haven't looked at the transits. I've looked at each of the planets, where they're going to be, the retrograde cycle, the full moon cycle, the new moon cycle, but I've not looked at the big transits. Okay, so what was the first thing I was going to cover? I already talked about the moon. Briefly, a rundown of the full moon in Cancer. Okay, if you want to know more about it, it should be coming up on my page 1 year ago about the last full moon in Cancer that I did. All of those apply. The last new moon in Cancer, oh my God. I started taking my old stuff out. I'm not sure what I need yet. Okay, so the last full moon in Cancer was, the year before, 2018. I got no full moon in Cancer here. We had a new moon in Cancer back in July 2nd, so you want to look to that. And you also want to look to the last full moon. Full moon in Cancer, new moon in Capricorn, and new moon in Cancer. So these themes have a lot to do with what's going to be happening around the full moon in Cancer on the 10th. Okay, it's at 20 degrees. So 20 degrees for me is having to be intimate with something new or getting used to something that you weren't used to before. 69, the symbol for Cancer. Cancer is home, family, hearth. It's the breast, it's the butt, it's an establishment, it's believing you can receive. It's also the goddess ruled by the moon, so it's very, very emotional. It can be a bipolar energy where you could have extreme highs or extreme lows in seconds. It's also very mistrusting of love. Imaginative, sympathetic, very protective. This is a romantic and sensitive sign. Oh, sensitivities, that's what I was going to say. Coming up to Cancer is, along with all the water signs, we have our sensitivities. So for some of you guys, depending upon what house it's in, like if it's in the 7th house or the 2nd house, you know, Taurus or Libra, it could be skin sensitivity. So you could break out in a rash. Let's see, what is the Capricorn energy? Trying to figure things out here, guys, so be patient with me. And I will be patient with you. Okay, body parts affected. Cancer, stomach, digestive system, body fluids, lymph glands, soft midsection areas, subject to weight gain in later years, stomach issues due to tension and emotional stress. That would be the full moon in Cancer. Okay, now we also have the Capricorn eclipse energies coming in. Bones, stiff joints, rheumatism, orthopedic issues. So for some of you guys, there could be new issues with the back, spine, knees, and teeth and your bones. Okay, for some of you guys, it's the moon is in Gemini, so allergies, mouth, arms, hands, lungs, nervous systems, strains and accidents involving hands and arms, prone to bronchitis and respiratory issues. So like all three of those together, you know, or pick one, pick your poison. Basically, any of those things can happen in any of those areas, like, you know, Capricorn with the bones on the, you know, on the mother's digestive system, this allergies, mouth, arm, hands, lungs. So some of you guys could find a buildup. So that could be like sickness, that could be flu, that could be spurs. There's so many things that could happen. I can't even begin to tell you guys. But for some of you guys are sore, or you're coming into a new health issue. Boy, they've got a lot of information they want me to feed you, but I'm not getting clear messages. Okay, so I moved ahead to the full moon in Cancer because I wanted to give you guys a little bit of information. Okay, oh, and shadow side of the Cancer is letting feelings fester. So there is a festering, letting things grow unchecked. Moodiness, quiet self-pity, mistrusting love, feeling unworthy of attention. It can also be emotional exhaustion. So it can be just exhaustion too. And they're fearful, possessive, moody, critical, self-pitying, nagging. Okay, so that can be those people with shadow issues that they haven't worked on or that they are working on, so it's coming up. Okay, additional channelings for the full moon in Cancer. The United States. Total eclipse of the heart. You deserve it. No one deserves this more than you. Just desserts. Fears. Sensitivities. Nurturing. Protection. Security. Securities. Home security system. Reservations. Cares. Concerns. Worries. Empathetic. Sympathetic. And for some, pathetic, period. Feelings, trust, receiving, babies, home, family, reception, receptivity, feelings, memories, possessions, the past, roots, growth, love, store, establishment, breast, stomach, support, help, aid, assistant, assistance. At that time, I was also getting green, the colors green and silvery. Shell, coverings, coats, sea animals with shell coverings, systems of support, structures, builds, build up, like plaques in the plaque in the arteries. I said that earlier, or a plaque, like employee of the year, some kind of reward, that kind of plaque. Also plaque in the teeth. Ideas about who, what, or where home is. Security in the home. It's also about bonding, emotional security, financial bonds, homes, family, ideas about family and relationships, family protection, roots, pregnancy, security, as in emotional, mental, physical, home, financial, spiritual, and the security of possession, having and owning. Okay, I'm not going over the whole chart for that. We are just going into the moons because that's what you're going to be seeing in the next couple of days. A lot of those things that you just mentioned will be running, that I just mentioned will be running themes. Okay, so also too, on that full moon, we've got Uranus going direct. As a matter of fact, that is the last planet in retrograde. As of that, as of Friday, January 10th, all planets are direct. This is action time, guys, when there's going to be this level of activity. So prep yourself, get enough rest, because, oh boy, big changes. The thing is, with Uranus going direct in Taurus, at first this was inner shock, inner discomfort, and now when it goes direct, we're going to see an external showing of shocking changes that have been happening behind the scenes. Okay, Uranus direct in Taurus is chaos. You may find yourself in a completely different situation, or your personality or your behavior has been altered in the exact opposite. So this is heralding huge changes. Your actions in the world opposes what others normally experience or expect of you. So this is kind of like a debut or a launch. Suddenly, a shocking change. For a lot of you guys, the Uranus and Taurus going direct is earthquake, changes in the mother, changes in the homeland, changes in the home. With the full moon in Cancer, this is the United States. Okay, Uranus and Taurus, we're having shit hit the fan. And I'm thinking they're probably going to hit this weekend. I want to say the full moon in Cancer, but I don't know. I've not looked at Iran's chart. But the level of devastation that they want to put upon us is going to be of significant magnitude. Okay, and I see I definitely see chaos coming where there's no rules. There's no rules, or the rules have been broken and nobody wants to follow any of them. There's this period with all these things coming up. The Saturn in the Pluto scares the fuck out of me. Okay, about as much as a Uranus going direct in Taurus at 2 degrees. Okay, 2 is about partnership, intimacy, and balance. So somebody could deliver something to you, or they could take something to you that is just so shocking and in your face, because Taurus is open enemy. This is an open assault. Okay, and Uranus rules Aquarius. Okay, so this is unexpected, it's rebellious, it's out of the blue strikes. Now what I had under the moon in Taurus, let me read this to you again. Death threats, bomb threats, house explosions, thefts, rapes, open enemies, mass shootings, assaults, marijuana, rescue, escape, rash of bomb threats and robberies, knife fights, multiple stabbings, house invaders, territory invaders, and bites. Okay, so you can really see the viciousness and the potential of what could happen. Okay, I just heard Ozzy Osbourne. Thank God for the bombs. Thank God for the bomb. Oh boy. Praising the bomb. Praising the bomb? Blessing the missile? They're writing something on the bombs. Thank God for the bombs. They're probably, I'm not sure if, I think Iran is Muslim. I don't want to specify or speculate because I don't know. Okay. And if I haven't made it clear yet, and you guys have been following me, I am not an astrologer. This is the information that I've come across and researched myself. Yes, I do create my own horoscope. Yes, I'm guided by my intuition, and I get extra messages and extra words and themes at this time. So I almost feel like, okay, now I'm hearing sealed with a kiss. Okay, so it's like they are getting ready to fuck us, to fuck the United States. I want to say chaos in the United States. Bites. Open enemy. Sun conjunct Mercury in Capricorn. Son of a bitch, that's fucking blowing up missiles. Oh shit, this lunacy must stop. The thing is, we're trying to stop a war from becoming a war here in the United States. Because another one of the things that I got under the moon in Cancer, entity attacks like a virus. Stop the insanity, acting on promises, home and family, mistrust. So with mistrust, there is a breach of trust, a breaking of a trust, a breaking of an agreement, breaking of a promise that was already made, stopping the insanity. So I feel like we're about to get hit with something really big. Also on that full moon, the sun conjuncts Mercury. Usually I would say that's a bright idea. Somebody's brain is lit up. But I'm getting this, they're writing like praise Allah on the weapon or something. Dedicated. This is dedicated to the one I love. Ooh. So I'm not sure if we're the ones that are going to be hit, or if this is a military attack with bombs with dedication on it. Dedications written on it. Like, praise Allah, this one's for you. Entity attacks like a virus. Oh my God. Guys, I hate to say it, but I want to say this could be like the day over the weekend that we could literally have to go to war. I think they're going to hit us, and they're going to hit really fast. Sun conjunct Mercury. So, like, I'm seeing a car on fire. So, with the using a car as a weapon, security. Watch the blowing up cars and the cars as a weapon. Sun conjunct Mercury, that is Sun Kazemi or combust, meaning they're within 1 degree apart, less than a degree apart. That is stuck energy. It's also very explosive. Like I said, it could be a bright idea with Capricorn. Mercury is in Capricorn. Okay, I'm hearing brigade. Let me meditate on this a little bit more. Okay, so finishing up Uranus and Taurus going direct. Hold on. Basically, the Uranus is innovation. Okay, it's shock, it's ingenuity. This is a time when you can turn your dreams into reality suddenly. It's also technology. For some people, it can be being stuck in the mud. Okay, like you could have been just handed a triple tower moment, or I even want to say a double tower moment because the moon was just in Gemini. Oh, Taurus is also fortune, money, financial savvy, and genius. So anything that you'd been thinking about previously or you were trying to arrange should now be able to move forward, especially with all planets direct. Okay, now keep in mind, it goes direct on the 10th, and you've got approximately a month and a week to get a lot of things done, okay, before Mercury goes into retrograde in Pisces on February 16th. Okay, so I got a little bit lost in what I was talking about because I had so many things to tell you guys today just because of the energies that exist. It's really freaking crazy. Okay, so now we talked about Uranus going direct for a second. Okay, there's other existing energies. Looking at the chart this morning, I can clearly see 5 or 6 conjunctions, but I only have like 3 transit lines. Okay, so there's quite a bit of energies mixing and working together, and if that isn't a sign about working together with others, I don't know what is. Okay. Let's see, we have Jupiter conjunct the south node and opposing the north node still. So I talked about that, spending money to make money, okay, or making more money, but then also having additional expenditures. It could be weight loss, weight gain, or if in none of those areas, then it is a spiritual gain, spiritual knowledge. Let's see. Oh. Opposing the north node. Okay, so what did I initially get? Jupiter. So this could be somebody from the past that you're working with. I'm getting capital. The capital. I gotta write this shit down. The capital. The capital. The cap is tall. The cap is tall. So that could be like bigger and better than ever before. Spreading. This could be teaching lessons of the past, teaching how to deal with struggles of the past to your partner, to others, because it's also at 7 degrees with Jupiter and the nodes and all of those being at 7 degrees. That's psychic downloads, okay? That's universal downloads, psychic downloads, universal downloads. Today with the moon in Gemini, information, study, research, questions. Then what do I want to say? Mars. Mars is trining with Black Moon Lilith in Chiron. Okay, Mars in Sagittarius. Inviting you to get up, to take action, to do something about it, to look on the bright side, or to ascend. Okay, so ascend is to rise up. So it's going forward, up and forward. Going higher than you've ever gone to before, reaching higher places. Okay, higher than you've ever gone in the past with the Jupiter and the nodes. For some of you guys, there could be some health issues, and you guys could literally drop and be taken by surprise. Ooh, we don't like those kind of surprises. Uranus direct and Taurus, sudden changes in the home. So there could be something going on physically inside, and now there's an external showing. And once again, back to the list of body parts affected with Taurus, tonsils, throat, glands in the neck, larynx. You could be susceptible to colds, laryngitis, sore throat, thyroid issues. So a lot of you guys could be, let's see, you can hear it in me. My throat already, and that's as we approach Uranus stationing, okay? It's not even direct yet, and I'm already feeling it. That could be also expressing something shocking. Uranus is a lot of things. It's shock, it's change, it's breakdown of structure, it's technology, it's innovation, it's rebel, it's explosive and electrified. It is of the air sign. So yeah, lightning strikes. So I want to say a sudden onset or some kind of setup has been, that word has been floating around for the last couple of days. Like somebody set up, or they're setting themselves up, setting someone else up, or like in work, you're setting something up, or you're getting ready to set yourself up, or set for life. Okay, good and bad. A lot of Capricorn energy coming in, so a lot of evil people are going to be paying their dues, but there's going to be, as in any dragnet, there's going to be those innocents that get caught up. A lot of those people are ones who are being forced to go through some lessons. The other conjunctions, let's see, Black Moon Lilith and Chiron. I was looking at that again this morning, and that is a lifetime of painful experiences. With this, it demands that we sacrifice ourselves for others, leading us to walk through life with wounds so deep that we never really truly grow. Okay, and it's similar to the Black Moon and the Sun. Okay, it can be, suicide, ideation. There could be thoughts of suicide. The thought that people would be better off if we were gone, or just to not have to deal with it anymore. Okay, and especially it's in Pisces, so it could be that false illusion, or you could just be confused, or it could be from an altered state, or you could be feeling like you're in an altered state and you don't understand, you don't want to be here anymore. Okay, but the thing is, if you're doing the work, you can come out shiny and new, and you can have a completely new perspective and experience of life, especially with the Jupiter and the nodes transits. Okay, so you're being encouraged to take action and to be happy and to rise from your own ashes. Okay, and then the last transit line, I see Neptune and the Sun is still sextile. Okay, and I think that was on Sunday that we had that. Yep, there it is, Mars. Oh, wait, I lied. That's Mars trining Chiron and Aries. That's what I was just talking about. Chiron conjunct the Black Moon Lilith. Okay, so what, there's going to be, you're going to be triggered to work on the changes, to heal. You're going to be triggered into healing. Okay. There we are. Okay, so Monday, yesterday, was the Sun sextiling Neptune and Pisces at 16 degrees. Okay, so that once again, that 7. I told you guys, yeah, we had 5 7s yesterday, so a lot of you guys could get awakening. This is a mass awakening, especially with Jupiter. It says that awakening is spreading. Okay, so the mass awakening is even more massive than we have thought. Okay, and other people are noticing that. People are noticing that others are awakening, okay, and they're latching onto that. That's activating them. So we're literally activating the grid, okay, on a huge scale. The scale is just, it's just so potent, and especially, you know, with all these other transits. So Sun sextiling Neptune, creative, imagination, a lot of energy and a lot of focus to spirituality. And I explained this the other day. There's many other elements like drugs, talking about abuses or attention being directed to abuses. Could be water abuse, drug abuse, poisons, gases. I want to say speculation, seeing. Wait a minute. Wait, I'm trying. Something happened yesterday in regards to it. It was with. There's a lot of water. There's a lot of flooding. No more tears. So some of you guys, there can be some growth from a past of abuse, whether you were abused, could be, you know, sexually, if you were used in a relationship, if there was a power struggle and headbutts, you could be talking about that and how you overcame it, or you could be teaching that to people. That could be a job that you get. Jupiter is also opportunity and unlimited and expansion and, you know, the glass ceiling kind of deal. Okay, and then what do we got? It looks like Pluto conjuncting Saturn, the Sun conjunct Mercury, Saturn conjunct the Sun. My God, there's so many going on. Okay, so I covered that. Oh, Sun combust Mercury, I covered that. Sun conjunct Saturn, and then, okay, we'll go with the Saturn conjuncting Pluto. That is a huge, huge energy. Everybody is watching that. Okay, Saturn is time, it's karma, it's commitment, restrictions, limitations, responsibilities. It's also about the father. It's discipline. Conjuncting with Pluto, it makes a third energy. Pluto is deep, it's tense, it's power and transformation, it's death and rebirth. The underworld and all things dark, deep, intense, unnerving. Okay, so a lot of you guys could be committed to what you truly love at the core. A lot of you guys, you're about to pay your dues to all your evils. Anything bad that you ever done, you're about to come face to face with it, okay? Saturn is karma. Pluto is, you know, in the tarot deck, it is the resurrection card. Okay, this is a reckoning and awakening. This is a wake-up call from the universe. So some of you guys are about to get spanked pretty hard. And for others, you might get spankings, all right? You might be enjoying it. In fact, you might have picked up, you know, a little bit of new sexual likings. But Saturn tends to restrict and hold back. Okay, it's very serious and responsible, especially in its home planet Capricorn. Now we have Pluto, which is like death, okay, in the sign of the devil. So there could be some that are committed to killing. There are some that can be committed to dark arts. There are some that are disciplining themselves. So I'm getting like zealot also. That's a potentially deadly energy. But I mean, there's deadly and then there's safe for every sign, planet, and transit. But this combination, along with the full moon in Cancer, the Uranus going direct in Taurus, is potentially explosive. We could see another 911. I wonder when that guy's birthday was, because I almost feel like Iran is filled with a lot of religious people. Everything has to have significance. I don't think they're going to just randomly hit out of anger. They're not stupid. They're not the smartest cookie in the on the block either, but their strikes will have extra meaning. So I feel like check the next some kind of freedom holiday or God worship day, or that guy, the colonel or general, whoever it is that they killed, his birthday, or it's definitely going to be personal. As with, you know, the writing on the bombs, this is personal. Okay, and I want to make that point clear. This is a personal issue. It has nothing to do with the rest of the human race. It's basically a cockfight. It's fucking ridiculous, okay? And that's also the new moon in Capricorn eclipse energy. Dick, okay? Don't be a dick. And guess what? He was a dick. And now we're all paying for it. I want to say collateral damage. There's going to be collateral damage because of our president's actions. I don't condone it. And actually, I was saying that in the last couple of days, that people are saying they don't condone that. Okay, that was wrong what he did. He acted of his own accord. We're always in imminent danger. Okay, now, where is the proof? Now we're definitely in imminent danger because of those actions. So I don't know how this is going to turn out, guys, but it's not looking so great. I'm just going to tell you that. It feels like we are walking into World War III, and this is not going to be fun because, honestly, what if Iran and North Korea get together? This will not be fun, guys. We're talking about fucking hell on earth, okay? I'm not too happy about that. But for as for the rest of us, a lot of us are deciding which way we're going to go with our heart. A lot of people are going to be declaring what they're committing to, okay? What they're going to be disciplined about. Some of you guys could suddenly find your destiny, your life purpose, your mission. Okay, Sun conjunct Saturn and then conjuncting on Pluto. This feels like at work, attention to your commitment. So it looks like you guys will be busy at work. Careful to try and balance that with the home. We are on the Capricorn Cancer eclipse scale, so you know there's issues of, you know, there'll be times when you're working a lot at work, there'll be times when you're at home quite a bit, so you want to balance those both out so you don't get irritated with either. So there is a sense of reshuffling the schedule. Okay, I think okay, now that I've covered it, we can get on to the numbers and then to the reading. Sorry guys, I know I like to tell you guys everything. Sometimes I talk too much, but you wouldn't be watching if you didn't like it, right? Okay, so Tuesday, numbers of the day, we have 7 and 12. Okay, awakenings, realizing that we must surrender to a higher perspective, or 7 could be destruction. Okay, and having to surrender to destruction because there really isn't anything you can do. 12 is also about closure and for some of you guys, you could be expressing that you're part of a partnership or you're in relation to. So it feels like introductions, like, you know, the minor transit we have today is to Neptune, so that's danger of self-delusion, susceptible to schemers, problems in love affairs. So for some of you guys, there can be unconditional love today in the partnership, or somebody is not surrendering to the reality of their situation. So they could be fooling themselves or trying to fool you in terms of a relationship. There could also be, I want to say with the moon in Gemini, you could be missing something. So watch your wallet. If you make any electronic payments or have any made, double check those and make sure that there wasn't extra money or you didn't make a typo. I want to say too, watch your spending. And I did say something yesterday about hacking and just protect your information. With Gemini, it's, you know, while you're in the process of running errands, there's a possibility that you could lose something. You could lose your wallet. You could lose some information. You could be missing some information. You could be running around trying to get some information. Or there's a rumor. Possibly you haven't heard the rumor. You didn't hear? Okay, let me get this out of my way. Too much stuff in my way. Just so you know, all these energies still exist. And as I look at my chart here, there may be 3 transits, but we have a multitude of conjunctions happening, a multitude of conjunctions coming up. So it's kind of like a lot of these conjunctions involved outer planetary things. So it is definitely about milestones and markers, big events happening. And I want to say on a massive scale. So first card up, despair. It's a number 35. Okay, so there may have been some changes. You may have got some communications from partners or some ideas from partners that you don't really have a choice. I want to tell you right now, you always have a choice. Okay, even if you lost your job, lost your home, lost your wife, you know, the typical country song, she left me, she took the dog, she took the truck, she took the house, I lost my job, that kind of deal, where there doesn't seem to be any other opportunities or doors keep closing on you. Despair is also about depression, that cold, dark place when you have to face your actual reality. For a lot of you guys, this is how you feel on a daily basis. For others, this is just a Capricorn energy coming in, making you feel a little sad, cold, alone, depressed, making you feel held back, like you don't have any choices. Something's definitely holding power over you. Okay, and it's making you feel this way. This is not something that's happening every day. This is something that's already happened, and this feeling is what is coming from it, separate from the actual incident. It represents feeling like you really have nowhere to go. There is no door that is open for you. Feeling like there is no door. Okay, you're just, you and your dog, don't know what to do, don't know what to do, don't know where to go. Opportunities completely closed out for you. So a lot of you guys could be feeling like the victim. If you get sucked up in this mind spiral, you could be blaming others without realizing that you may be being pushed out in order to go to the new timeline. So what's coming could possibly be better than what had existed and no longer exists. Okay, the Lovers is about using your wisdom and making the right choices, your integrity. Okay, also too, coming from a place of compassion. The Lovers represents Gemini energy. The moon is in Gemini. Okay, so this can talk about daily habits. So where you used to go before, you're not able to do that anymore by some reason or another, whether it's a fire, whether it's an earthquake, whether it's flooded, whether it's been sold, those people no longer own it, you no longer own it, whatever it is, it's gone. It's now in the past. Things have changed. And this is an everyday change. This affects your daily life. Mentor of Cups. This is a spiritual person with a sacred commitment to the sensual. Okay, like the finer things in life, or sybaritic excess. Okay, I love that phrase. Yes, I use it a lot. It's the difference between loving luxury or sensory pleasure. So that could be too much. You're too much. Wanting too much. Taking too much. Giving too much. Whatever it is, it's a lesson about nurturing and healing of our own feelings, receptivity and reflectiveness, sensuality and sharing, and loving without owning. Okay, so this is a lesson not to blame others, but to take care of yourself. For some of you guys, you may have not made the right choice, and that's what led you to everything being yanked from you. For others, maybe you wanted too much power from day to day. For some, this relationship, there's an ending to a relationship, or somebody has left you or kicked you out or pushed you out because of your choices. Okay, you cannot treat somebody like you own them. You do not own them. Okay, there's something deep at the heart of your insecurities that causes you to treat them in that way. You can't do that. You can't do that, because what happens is people leave. Okay, if they don't deserve to be treated how you're treating them, they're gone. Okay, you see that 5 to 6, that's a progression. Okay, things are going to change on a day-to-day basis, whether you like it or not, and it has everything to do with your choices and your habits. So some of you guys need to check those habits. Second card, expectation. It's a 28. So you're waiting for, you're waiting to be empowered. Okay, you're waiting for something to end so you can move forward. You could be waiting to hear, could be waiting to see. For this, you could be waiting to know. So this feels like waiting to find out some information. So there's definitely some kind of clock ticking. So there's an expiration date or a due date or a scheduled date where you are to find out something. The Hierophant is about traditions. This can be Marriage, it could be divorce also. It could be any kind of paradigm or belief that controls a group of people, like religion, relationships, education, corporations, government. Hierophant is also teachers and students. Oh, Uranus and Taurus. The Hierophant is also Taurus. So this can be comfort. This can be see, we're in Gemini. So that is the very next, about your possessions. One house over, Moon in Gemini. Somebody's pretty anxious that something is closing out in terms of a possession. This can be a property. This can be a home. This can be an idea. Because with Taurus, it could be writing. So there's some kind of paperwork or information that you could be waiting on. Okay, I'm hearing time release, so you might be waiting for some information to be released. You might be waiting for some kind of authorization or a release in paperwork. There's some legal changes here. Yeah, you could be waiting for some legal paperwork. You could be standing in line right now trying to get some information. Some of you guys are waiting to share your story through teaching. You have been mastering something for a while and you're aching to share it with the world. However, with Mars in Leo, the Seven of Wands reversed, it's kind of like your chicken. Are you waiting for the right time? There is no time like the present, guys. With the new moon in Capricorn, it's time to step up and begin preparations to launch. So you may be just putting together the paperwork. Could be an application for a business loan or a grant. Bull market. So some of you guys could be setting up a bank account because it's a new year. Some of you guys who don't have, some of you guys may be trying to clean up your financial area, because they keep making me look at the clover, the four-leaf clover and the Hierophant. Okay. So that would be your fortune, your luck. Some of you guys are waiting for your ship to come in. So, oh, you could be waiting for a payout for something. You may be part of a class action lawsuit, because the Courage card being reversed, you know, that could be a couple of things. Like you could be chicken, you could be not be telling anybody, or it's more of a silent majority. So there's some kind of class action lawsuit that you're part of, or you could have applied to join a class or a class action lawsuit. If you applied to join a class act, it feels like a field trip of some kind, possibly. Next card, High Honor. This is about big changes. It's about public recognition, of course, honoring, appreciation. I want to say an ode to. So it's definitely public appreciation and support. This can also be tall or big or large. It's probably a huge company and you don't want to pursue it on your own. Therefore, you need help. So this could be seeing some kind of aid, financial aid through school, government aid. This is help, waiting for help to keep you going, to in light of our recent I'm hearing will not stand, because Mars in Leo, this is having the courage to stand by your convictions, to stand up for yourself. It's reversed, so it's not standing up for yourself or not making waves. Waiting for the bird of prey, lucky strike, sneak attack. Restrained inside. Restrained. Restrained inside the home. I want to say this is blast. Mars in Leo. Mars is already fire and energy. Leo is fire and energy also. This is one that burns. This is rage and anger. No rage, no anger. Just do like always. Wait to see how it pans out. If we go to war, we go to war. This is almost no fear. Not being worried. This is also not giving in to a government bullying us or bullying someone. Okay, so, you know, it could be, you know, could very well be Iran's government. High honor. 6 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, and 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Payback, projectile, not worried about it. High hopes, he's got high hopes, he's got high apple pie in the sky. Oh, there it is. United States and breach of contract. Okay, that just popped into my head. High honor, tall. Okay, so this is a pledge for a payback. Yeah, this feels like Iran. Iran telling the U.S., we're not scared of you. We're going to get you back. Class action. Ticking time bomb. This is a ticking time bomb right here. High honor. 21 gun salute. Payback. Five of Wands. Projectiles. Missiles. There's that 4-leaf clover again. 9 of Pentacles. Having your hands in many pies. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Not losing any energy over somebody else's issues. Moon in Taurus, generosity, payback. Big, huge payback for bullying, or a huge bullying. Ooh, that's a 7. Not liking it, guys. Not fucking liking it at all. 5 of Wands, projecting. It's also competition. A lone missile. Rocket launcher. Why am I getting? I'm getting rocket launcher. So it feels like maybe somebody's going to be using a rocket launcher. Big payback. Rocket launcher. A past bully. Wants to make a display of it. 7 to 6. This says single missile, 1 missile. Something about drawn, I keep getting there's something drawn on that missile. Could be, you know, like, I want to say the Kabbalah, or, you know, it could be like them saying, fuck you, America. There's something, a word, a phrase, or a symbol drawn on the missile. There's that missile again. Virgo energy. They want to take out as many people as possible. They don't give a fuck. I'm wondering, I'm really wondering now. I know we're fighting with Iraq, but North Korea has been in the mix for quite a while. This morning I came across this. Now this came off my daughter's shoes. Usually when I see this, it's about empty promises. But seeing it here in a physical reality, it is definitely not an empty promise. This could be a secret promise. This is a black star. So, and on the other side, this is actually what was on her shoe, bestseller. And I'm like, woohoo! I'd love to have this star. I'd love to have this actually mean something for me. Bestseller, look at that. The light just went up in my video. Okay, but what I saw initially was the black star. And I grabbed this sucker. Previously, when I looked at this, I thought it was empty promises. But I think the empty promises is when it was a shade of gray. So it was obvious that there was space in there, but this is flat black. It's solid, it's real, it's a black star. Okay, so this to me is like undercover operations or undercover mission or covering a finding out a mission. What was I undercover? That would be Moon and Virgo. Undercover conspiracy. And conspiracies did come up. That does come up under Virgo energy, but with the Sun sextiling Neptune, and Neptune is in Pisces. Pisces is opposing Virgo. They're opposite ends of the spectrum, exactly 6 houses apart. So, like what I have here is the Moon in Virgo. So with the Moon there and the Sun there. This would be opposite. Illuminating the teachers of the conspiracy. Illuminating the preachers of the conspiracy. Okay. And I can't remember why I said that, but it was just kind of weird how they made me look at the Virgo here. They want to take out as many people as they can. So this looks like either a bomb, a missile, what did I say, using a car, threats of bombing under the Taurus moon, and then of course with Uranus direct, that is a direct threat. And then actually we could see it instead of just hearing it, because Uranus would be going direct. Okay, also too, I did mention the earthquakes, yeah, that should be ramping up. Next card is Pathway. Pathway, oh, look at that. Okay, Pathway is a number 35. When I see that, it's usually indicative of the North Node, just because the North Node is in Cancer, and Cancer is the way home to me. So when I see this card, it's the way home. You see the light at the end of the tunnel? That's your divine mission, your divine purpose, where you're supposed to be heading. You can be anywhere along this path, but you see all the butterflies? There's a lot of changes before you reach your mission. Okay, so for me, this is the North Node in Cancer. It could be the Cancer eclipse energy coming in. And then, of course, clarifying it, the Two of Cups. Okay, that is Venus in Cancer. So these are our deep-rooted attachments, our bonding. A lot of you guys, what I want to say is it feels like a mass collective is at home here. Sorry about that. Had a customer come in. Okay, what was I? Two of Cups, Venus in Cancer, attachments. A lot of people don't want to change anything in the U.S. We don't want to change any of our policies. We don't want to change any of our structures. A lot of people like it as it is. They're comfortable with the U.S. as it is, but there's going to be some deep power changes happening. Changing of the guard, changing of the throne. Two of Cups is love. Okay, for me, it's sex. It's bonding. Every time I see this card, it means there's going to be some sex. Okay, there's bonding and growth from the bonding. Nine of Wands, Moon in Sagittarius, discipline. It's a 9 and it's a wand, so that's taking action on unconditional love. So United States is trying to promote harmony. Okay, we don't want to be at war with anybody. That is not our divine purpose, not our divine mission. You know, we will defend ourselves if we have to. So it looks like, and I was talking about damage control and public relations, trying to control the damage from what's already done. So it looks like we want to be friends with you. We don't want to fight with you. We've always been friends in the past. There's no reason to change that now. But then we have marriage reversed. Okay, so marriage is it's a partnership, it's relations, it's promise, it's a contract, it's a dependent, it's an attachment, an agreement, promises, no promises. So it could be there's been a breach of contract by the United States, and even though it's not an action of the collective wants to be friends, but now we have this over us, 10 of Wands, oppression, burden. Okay, we might be losing, not that we're in peace with Iran, but we were distinctly separate. There were tensions, but the tensions are mounting, the tensions are escalating. Yesterday yesterday and last week I had talked about some kind of control. Saturn and Sagittarius. Okay, so yanking all the people from there, telling the people to get out of Iran ASAP. We're not friends with them anymore. There's limited and restricted travel. So I want to say this is Homeland Security with that full moon in Cancer coming up. Homeland Security. High alert. Oh, wait, before I even do this, I want to get an outcome card. I know I didn't get a lot of cards in there, but I had a lot of information astrologically. Ooh. Oh boy. Okay, so I got a final outcome card. It's imprisonment, okay? Imprisonment is the same thing as marriage, pretty much, but this tells of, it also speaks of contracts. It talks about being locked in, locked up, or locked out. Okay, imprisonment is the feeling of being trapped. So we're all trapped. We're all trapped in our circumstances right now. For the United States, we are trapped between a rock and a hard place. The rat. I want to say our hands are tied. There was an infraction committed against our normal policy, the direction that we usually head in, the direction of peace and foreign relations. Imprisonment is also an ending that balances things, trying to find the key. Peace talks. 29 also breaks down to an 11, which is a portal for goals. Okay, number 2, strategy. So locked in, our hands are tied. Ooh, the sun. I just heard annihilate as that popped out. Fuck. Annihilate. Jesus Christ. Sun is in Capricorn right now. That's power, attention, focus, to healing. That's Aries. The white horse is Aries. A baby, new growth.
Hello.
Well, I just got bad news. Gotta lock up my doggie. It seems she's been prowling the neighbor's yard, eating their chickens. Naughty girl. At first, he thought he saw a blue collar, 1717. She has a black collar, but after showing her pictures, it's clear that it's been her. Naughty girl. She's gonna be locked up. Okay, so imprisonment, locked in, locked out, locked up, a promise, an agreement, a contract. Not knowing how to progress. This is almost kind of, it feels like backed into a corner. A portal for goals, being deserving of something, deserving to be locked up. Stuck in a situation, trapped, being trapped. Emperor, Ace of Cups, and Strength. Okay. So Emperor, Aries, achievement. Making me look at the Phoenix. Oh, also too, the star, dark wishes. Dark wishes manifesting, like, I wish they dropped dead already, or this can be dark wishes coming true. I want to say that China's staying out of this one. China's staying out of this one. This almost feels like a loss of honor. Your star used to be shiny, now it's black. So it could be covert, undercover. It could be dark wishes, wishing to kill wishing to hurt, wishing to maim, wishing to decentralize power. Decentralized power. What is that? An overthrow of the hierarchy? Emperor, achievement, under authority, locked in. Locked in to the golden eagle. Golden eagle. Taking out the targets. Sorry about that. I have to pause it when I have people come in. Okay, back to the black star, unknown target. So they keep making me look at this eagle right here. Okay, eagle eye, sharpshooter. So it looks like there could be some covert operations, undercover snipering, strategic targets, most wanted. It feels like there's already a list of selected targets. I want to say it's classified because the black star, the dark star. Yeah, definitely a black hoodie ops. They keep making me look at the eagle, so that makes me think assassinations, sharpshooter, eagle eyes, Saturn and Pluto committed to. It's almost like, it feels like, you know that scene in Goodfellas when they start cleaning up all the loose mouths from the bank robbery and they're finding bodies everywhere in the garbage truck, in the freezer. Bodies are just, you know, they cleaned up all their loose ties and, well, dismembered. And some of them were dismembered. Some of them were tortured. Oh, there's two pictures. There's a picture with two eagles on it. Look at that. Same thing too. A paper with two eagles on it. So this could be taking out two prime targets. This is either two assassinations or two people trying to assassinate one single target. I almost want to say it's a multi-play where one fails, there's a fail-safe security backup. Okay, sorry about that. Since I last paused, I had 2 customers and I had to use the bathroom, so it's been about 20 minutes. Two prime targets or two sharpshooters taking out the same target. So this is contract hits. It feels like sponsored by the government. I'm not sure which government though. I mean, Alan Parsons Project. I am the eye in the sky, looking at you. I can read your mind. I am the maker of this. I can cheat you blind. I can cheat you blind. Or this could be 2 bomber jets. I want to say CMSA. Okay, I was getting a missile here. This is one single missile, it feels like. or a bomb or a grenade launcher. Ooh, that's got an arrow on it. It kind of looks like a timer. Suicide bomber? This looks like a suicide bomber, and I almost want to say there's going to be like nails and jacks or metal projectiles in the bomb. What I didn't finish though, I know I'm all over the place today. Moon is in Gemini, guys. I'm here, there, I'm here, everywhere. I'm disorganized, inconsistent, and a little flighty because I got to keep going over here. Got to keep doing this, got to keep going that. You know, Gemini is busy. So it's running around, doing a lot of running around. And I am doing a lot of running around today. In between trying to do your reading. I started this at 9:20, guys. It's probably like 11 o'clock now. Okay, so the sun, beginnings and endings and growth, all should be going well. But if you attach the sun with the suicide bomber, this is a suicide bomber. Suicide bomber. Praise Allah. And then they think like they're the knight riding in to save the day with their zealot ideas. Yeah, okay, that's why I was getting zealot. That looks like a suicide bomber, guys. Oh my god, I don't even know how to act. So back to this, because I'm still trying to figure this out. Undercover operatives. You know, I've never noticed this before. Now, okay, I know the stars over here. There's 2 stars over here. This is what I've never noticed before, is that these 2 hooded figures that appear to be preachers. Yeah, you see them in the black coats. Each of them have a star in them. So this could be taking out the highest ranked government officials. We've already taken out the leader of their strategy. This looks like Jewish attacks, more attacks on the Jewish. Oh, wait a minute. Locked up for the hits on the cathedral. Okay, so this is in reference to the ongoing attack, the previous attacks that we just had. One on, wasn't it in a Jewish church? And then there was another one in a an American church or something, or maybe an English church, because that looks like a friar. How he has it. Is that England? Because I had gotten Whitechapel yesterday, and when I got home, I heard about the church shootings, separate from the Jewish church. I don't know what the Jewish church shooting would be, but this feels like the people that did those shootings at those churches are getting locked up. I'm feeling that Gemini energy through me shaking. The innocent people are wanting to see the Godhead taken out. All I want to say is, guys, pray for strength. I don't know who's going to get hit the hardest, but it's obvious there's going to be attacks on all sides. The Ace of Cups is a blessing. It's authentic and real love. It's a blessing. It's, I want to say the golden arches. Golden way. There's a way right there. Genuine relations. It can also be new love. Ace of Cups and strength. I want to say brace yourself for what's coming. Why do I want to say standing behind this general star? So there's a setup. Oh shoot, look at that. I missed a couple of cards. What's that? There's a setup happening here. Somebody's being set up. Message of concern, toil and neighbor. Is everything in place? Yes, I've done the legwork. Lamb, sacrificial lamb being taken down. Air raids, air strikes. Damage control. Working on outlining damage control. Here's another 11, 5 and an 11. Okay, things have changed. We're worried. What's going to happen to me? What's going to happen to us? What's going to happen to the United States? Oh, fuck. I don't like how that lamp looks in the background, guys. Okay, look, I looked at this, and doesn't that lamp look like a nuclear bomb? Message of concern is not a great card. It's a disempowering card. It's basically like people checking in on you, or you checking in on somebody else. So this is, do you need our assistance? Or can I help you with something? Or how can I help? Are you okay? So this talks about relations. This could also be, we are not okay with this. Toil and labor. Automated, sheeple. So this is the general public declaring it in every single way, you know, in the media, in the news, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. We're not okay with this. We're not okay with what you did. Princess of Wands and Death. You reacted too quickly and you caused deep, huge changes. Okay, the Death card, Scorpio. You killed too quickly. You killed someone and it was rash. You didn't think before you did it. You took action. Yeah, this is still we do not condone these actions. Okay, first one, angel therapy, Archangel Raphael. Give your cares and worries to us angels and allow us to take your burdens, okay? Brace yourself. So, this talks about loving the self and being strong and pushing love first and foremost. This is a, I almost want to say America Strong. So for some, this is still the, hi Dad. So that's what I was saying about the not my circus, not my monkeys kind of deal. Don't concern yourself with things that don't concern you. Okay, the things that you can't control. That's what this Nine of Pentacles is. Know that when all is said and done and when it is over, you will grow and heal from this. Or it could be just recognizing that somebody is an enemy, is an open enemy. And that there's hope to be friends again. It's not over till the fat lady sings, but the angel therapy says, you know, don't focus on the negative things, because what happens when we have a collective focusing on something, it comes true. So if you're focusing on these negative things, if you're focusing on war, if you're like, yeah, let's go get these motherfuckers, and there's a whole shitload of people focusing on that, then that's most likely going to happen, okay? But if you're trying to promote peace and unity, then that is where your attention and your focus should be. Stay strong. Take care of yourself. Okay, so brace yourself for what's coming. All I can say with Uranus going direct in Taurus, chaos. Complete chaos. Things that make you want to go, what the fuck? Okay, no, not the things that make you go, it's the things that make you go, what the fuck? Okay, okay, so I almost feel like this is a personal message to me, okay, so moon cycles, Archangel Haniel. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations and capitalize upon these cycles. I took this personally and to the core. As many of you guys know, I've been tracking the moons and I've been trying to work it into not necessarily a science, but use the moons with the other bigger transits in order to predict things. And so far I've been fairly successful. And I always ask you guys, let me know if any of these things that I'm saying shows up in your daily life. Okay, 333. Okay, so teaching and learning. Okay, look at that. Moon cycles and teaching and learning. Archangel Zadkiel, keep an open mind and learn new ideas. Then teach these ideas to others. Didn't I say something about teacher? Not be too chicken to be a teacher. Okay, so some of you guys may not want to share your story, or you're waiting for the right moment to share your story. Some of you guys you're tracking something that has to do with cycles, not necessarily the moon. Some of you guys are tracking moon cycles. I'm tracking moon cycles, okay? I am also teaching and learning. That's what I'm doing right this very second. Okay, so some of you guys could be figuring out that certain things are happening at certain times. Three doves. Journal. So yeah, somebody's keeping a journal. Yeah, this is like the public outcry. This is not the legacy we want to leave of being rash, of being threatening, of being intimidated, of acting before we think, speaking before we think. Okay, they're making me look at the peacock feather. The eye, peacock feather. Is that Jupiter? It's making me think of the red eye on Jupiter. So Jupiter transiting the nodes. Jupiter is in Capricorn, so it's about spreading widespread responsibility. Widespread responsibility. Making everyone responsible or making everyone pay. Ooh, I'm not liking that. Shit. I'm really not liking that. All right, guys, I'm going to finish this out. It's already an hour and 42 minutes. I will see you guys next time. Love you. Take care.